welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying positive out there. It is never a dull and boring moment in crypto, finance, or the stock market. That is why I love doing daily market updates. Now, today is the 27th of November, 2025, and I do have my espresso here. Cheers. Coming up to 7:15 p.m. here in Melbourne. We're going to go over, of course, all the news. What's going on in the market today? It is actually up. Bitcoin reclaiming $91,000, which is nice. We're going to go over, of course, Earn Curve, my spot crypto exchange. The bots are all doing really well. Like, they're all in the green. It's awesome. As you can see right here, we'll go through all of that. And, of course, all of the bot setups that I'm running at the moment. Got XRP news. That is a given on my channel. The ETF tracker, though, is really cool. I love checking this to see what's going on with, of course, the XRP ETFs. Really, really nice to see that. Solana as well has logged literally 21 days of inflows. No outflows yet, so we're going to see what happens with that. We've got Dogecoin as well. I don't know if anyone's actually holding Dogecoin, but their ETF has been a little bit, rough. So we'll see what happens with Dogecoin. I don't know. I'm still holding that. Australia is moving forward with crypto regulation and finance laws. So we're going to go through that update as well. We've got Cardano Foundation. Charles Hoskinson right here putting out some updates in regards to when there will be a Cardano exchange traded product. And of course, all the news on X. There is a lot to get through. Let's get into it, guys. Massive shout out and thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you are new, smash the subscribe button down there and turn on that little bell notification, because as you see on the screen, I love documenting my journey with investing with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom, and of course my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along on this incredible journey. It has been an incredible journey this year in particular. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, watch it straight through, would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people, because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you find, ladies and gentlemen, do that. So make sure you give it a thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything. It's down there. Also, a little disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence with this stuff. I do not want to see anyone get financially hurt. That is why my number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose. And yes, we don't like to lose. You can lose money like that in the blink of an eye in crypto. All right, so be careful. Do your own research. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Right, formalities are out of the way. Straight to the posts tab, formerly known as community tab, because it was a community. Yes, Octobot are giving my users an exclusive 40% discount to the software, which is wild. And we're gonna obviously look at this and see what the costs are, just to let everyone know. But my bots are in the green. The vaults, we're going to go over that for XRP. Top performing assets on Earn Curve, BCH, AVAX, BNB, and ADA. Every crypto exchange has their own best performing assets. That's a fact. We have top banking coins in my portfolio: Flare, AVAX, Cardano, Solana, and the top altcoins overall in the portfolio: Hero, XPR, Proton, Pitbull, and Cardano. Very, very straightforward right there. Coming over to CoinMarketCap. We do have a total market cap at 3.12 trillion. We're still not at that $4 trillion yet. Big liquidation. So if I was looking at this before in CoinMarketCap, if you go on all time, if you go back all the way back to, let's have a look here, 2022, the total market cap was 900 billion. Look at the growth of this, incredible industry right here, just skyrocketing up here, all the way up to $4.2 trillion when it was at the peak right here in 2025, this year in June. So it has grown significantly. So people need to understand that. Now, again, we do have the Fear and Greed Index sitting at 18, 23 out of 100. So we are well in Bitcoin season at the moment. We've got ETF net flow, $81 million on the 26th. So there is some capital going in there. Not much. Most of it going into Ethereum, which is interesting. Coming over to my watch list. Have a sip of the coffee. We've got top gainers in the last 24 hours now has changed. This is my portfolio: Superverse, Telcoin, Nexra, Omi, Veracity, LCX, and Pitbull. Pitbull was just a gamble. Stay away from that. Been holding that for years. Obviously, we've got, let's go to market cap, sorry. Bitcoin's at $91,267, which is nice. It has reclaimed that. Very, very nice, up 4.2% in the last 24 hours. On the week, we're still down. In the last month, we're still down 20%, which is brutal. And on the on the year, we're still down -2. So the month is actually the worst. And we're still recovering from that massive $19 billion liquidation a couple months ago. It's just ridiculous what's happened with that. But anyway, it's still up from when I first got into crypto, that's for sure. So I'm happy. Ethereum's at 3,000. XRP's $2.19, which is very, very bullish. XRP still in this year, though, I will say, let me just have a look here. We are still up 55% on the last year, which is incredible. In the month, in the red, everything's in the red. In the last week, we're in the green. 24 hours, we're still down 0.19%. Still struggling to of course, ignite that fuel and fire right there. But anyway, need to be positive and long term with this. Cardano's at 43 cents. Chainlink, $13. XLM is up 1.28% to 25 cents. Litecoin, $86. Hedera's at 14 cents. Sui, $1.54. Very, very nice to see that. Now, moving on, EarnCurve, my spot crypto exchange. I'm not going to take too long on this. If you haven't joined, go join, register KYC, and I will apply a 10% discount to your trading fees. Literally the cheapest trading fees in Australia and the world. And again, that is just to say thank you to all of you for, of course, believing in this and getting me going with this, because without you guys, I couldn't have done it. So I really appreciate it. Has not been easy. It's very, very challenging, and it's only getting harder in Australia. And we're going to show you in a second what's coming in Australia. Maker trading fees with the verification, the KYC, is 0.1%, and the taker trading fees are 0.3 across the board. And of course, you've got unlimited withdrawal limits. So just letting everyone know about that. Once you KYC, that's most important. I would like to keep this exchange compliant, and that is, of course, making sure everyone KYCs. All right, that's just to make sure there's no shady characters on the exchange. That's what we all do in this industry. It's 100% truth, all right? XRP bot is working really well, trading like non-stop. It's really, really bullish. And again, I don't touch this. It's doing incredibly well. Really, really cool. If you are depositing XRP, I just want to say again, I keep saying this, make sure you include your memo tag. Very, very important. That's just to allocate that XRP to your wallet. And you are, of course, going to get those funds immediately. If you don't include the XRP wallet tag, it can be a little bit delayed because I have to locate that transaction on the blockchain, allocate it into your wallet. Can take some time. It's very challenging, right, locating transactions, but make sure you include the wallet tag. Straightforward. You can deposit, of course, USDT on here. In actual fact, let me just show you quickly. Let's have a look. Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, BNB, XRP, Cardano, TRX, and Matic. USDT is by far my favorite, and of course XRP. TRC20 is my favorite. ERC20, Binance Smart Chain, of course Polygon. It's up to you. I like TRC. I've been using this for years, and it's very fast. The Octobots, as you can see, are all in the green. My Ethereum bot's up 3.6%. The Stellar bot's doing insanely well, 4.6%. That's been running for a week. I don't even know what's going to happen, towards the end of this year. Annualized returns are huge. Bitcoin is up 3%, the long-term grid. Short-term grid on XRP is 2.6. And of course, the Solana bot's up 3.975, which is awesome. So if you started those bots last week, they would be working, which is really cool. Now, just to show you guys quickly, the 40% discount can be applied. Let me just show you the plans. All the links are below. So again, $9.99. Take advantage of this if you're wanting to get on bit, because it's crazy. $9.99 less 40%. And let me just work that out right now, what that's going to be, guys. Let's have a look. It'll come down to $5.99, and you get full access to all this suite of incredible features like the artificial intelligence, all of the grid bot, everything. It's up to you, and you can do the pro plan. You don't really need it unless you're trading 100 different strategies, but you only need basically the grids that are on here at the moment. That's pretty much it. And of course, if you need any help, please email me here at EarnCurve Invest. Right here, you can read everything, and of course, you can watch the video on how to set all of this up on EarnCurve. It's really cool. All right, so go check it out. Links are all below. Moving on to the news. As you can see right here, legendary commodity trader predicts XRP will do quite well. We've been waiting, which is very nice. And this is Peter Brandt, expects it to do quite well. He did post on X a nice crypto chart right here. Let's have a look. Even though Brandt did not explicitly mention Ripple affiliated token, some sleuths were quick to figure out what specific chart he was referring to. And of course, you can't keep anything from the XRP army. As you can see, Tony Edward right here commenting on this. XRP is currently trading at $2.20, according to the most recent data on CoinGecko. No ETF fueled rally just yet, which we're going to have a look at. So far, Ripple linked, of course, been struggling to revive momentum, even during the ongoing ETF hype, which is mind-blowing to see. The whole market hasn't moved. There's a lot of macro stuff going on at the moment, especially we're still recovering, and a lot of rebalancing is going on because of that $19 billion liquidation. Canary Capital, as well as some other issues, recently had successful XRP launches. However, the token's price has been rather underwhelming due to performance of the broader crypto market, and that's the truth. But very, very nice to see that actual prompt, I should say the tweet. What do you call them nowadays anyway, by the way? Let me know in the comments. XRP-insights.com. I'm not paid to show you guys this. I think this is really cool. This has grown. 329 million XRP is locked in vaults. Canary Capital's leading at 151. Bitwise at 77. We've got Grayscale at 36, Rex Osprey's at 32 million, Franklin Templeton at also at 32 million, which is really cool indicators right here. You can see the flow of capital, what the volume's been, and the price of these ETFs as well. So on Wall Street, after hours, $23, $24 for Bitwise, $24. Grayscale's more at $43 a share, and $18.34 per share for Rex Osprey. And I believe Rex doesn't really hold. I think it's not 100% allocation to XRP. I'm just reading that out. Solana, again, is crazy with their ETFs, though. But they've had 21 straight days of positive net inflows, which is wild, before a brief pullback yesterday. Bitwise BSOL ETF now holds 4.31 million Solana, valued at $500 million. Gosh, that's a lot. $500 million, $500 million, as Franklin Templeton joins the market as well. Solana trading at $142. Crazy. Look at this. And the total net assets are close to $918 million. Nearly $1 billion of Solana. What's going on with Solana that we know? I've seen something there. I think it was a couple of CEOs. I can't remember his name. He was talking about Solana definitely being involved with Wall Street. So I think Solana and Ethereum are definitely going to be competing for that. But Ethereum's always been the favorite of the Wall Street giants, that's for sure. Dogecoin as well. The breakout coincided with the launch of the US spot Doge ETF. I can't believe there's a Doge ETF, which is pretty cool. Technical analysis shows Doge breaking above resistance with a significant volume surge indicating bullish momentum. And Doge's price action suggests potential for further gains if it maintains support above key levels. What do you think about the Doge ETF? Which is interesting right here. And, is anyone actually holding its Grayscale, by the way? GDOG. Let me know in the comments if you're actually holding any of these ETFs. Australia. Cheers, Australia. There are new laws that are being tabled in Parliament, new legislation. Obviously, it's requiring crypto exchanges that are of significant volume, as you can see right here. $10 million a year in volume, and you will require an AFSL license. That is significant. Smaller exchanges don't require, and of course don't require an AFSL. They are exempt, but this is positive news coming out. Again, I think it needs to happen. But the taxes on crypto in Australia are just wild. On all investments, just taxes on everything here. But it's really good to see this. And the Treasury launched a consultation over the draft bill in September, which Molino told crypto conference goers right here with the cornerstone of the Albanese government. Crypto roadmap released in March. The local and crypto industry largely supported the draft legislation, but many told the consultation that the bill needed to be further clarity and simplification because they make it very, very complicated, especially with all the registrations. But this all comes under the anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing laws, which is fair enough. Definitely, it needs to happen because there was a lot of shady stuff going on in crypto years and years ago, but not now. But it's definitely needing to happen. There needs to be legislation. It'd be really cool as well if banks could start holding crypto assets, but I don't think people would want Australian banks touching crypto, that's for sure. But this is a great move forward for crypto. The AFSL is a huge one, especially for exchanges like myself. It's a very costly exercise. I mean, it costs between, anywhere from $250,000 to $500,000 to actually run and manage an AFSL license. So it's significant cost for the smaller players. But of course, if there is an exemption there, I mean, obviously that anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing requirement is definitely there. So there's a lot going on in Australia for crypto, that's for sure. It just adds more stress. Anyway, so there you go. Moving on, we have CEO Cardano founder when the Cardano ETFs will hit the market, which is nice to see that. CEO saying major managers have applied to the US regulator for clarity, and it could arrive within a month. As Europe and Asia lead the way with active Cardano products, Cardano's ecosystem accelerates ahead of Berlin Summit, drawing global companies and real-world AI adoption. So really cool to see that. It's positive news. Well done, Charles and the ADA team. Coming over to X, thank you to those 9,070 people. You guys absolutely rock. Senator Cynthia Lummis, let's just have a listen to her speak about President Trump and supporting Bitcoin. Let's listen to this.
While securing America's position as the global leader in financial innovation. As Bitcoin comes into more usage, its use makes the whole system more secure, more robust, and more capable of serving our needs all over the world. We should be the global leader with this fantastic new ledger-based asset that is in a digital format that is going to be transformative of everyday economy and puts the everyday American, in fact, the everyday worker all over the world in control of their own money. What a wonderful blessing for hardworking people all over the world to have this great new technology and to have America lead the way in implementing this wonderful, wonderful innovation.
Really cool. I mean, that's awesome. And of course, we wouldn't be where we are today without President Trump. I'm just stating facts, right? Without him keeping to his word and keeping to his promises, we wouldn't have all of this incredible year that we've all had in crypto. It's unbelievable. So thank you, President Trump, for that one. Short-term Bitcoin holders are now realizing over $900 million in daily losses. You can't think short-term, please don't. Ripple, compliance and trust are non-negotiables for institutional finance. That's why RIUSD has been greenlisted for Abu Dhabi's FSRA. Think about what Ripple is doing. It's going to be an absolute monster. And of course, we've got Kathy Woods here. Thank you, John Squire, for this one.
Currencies. In fact, there's cryptocurrencies and then crypto assets. Bitcoin owns the cryptocurrency space when it comes to pure crypto. And now we have stable coins, which are cryptocurrencies as well. But they are tied to the dollar because they're collateralized primarily by treasury securities. So Bitcoin is the cryptocurrency. We think it's going to be the biggest one, by far. Now, it's focused on, it's a monetary system, rules-based. The rule is quantity theory of money. So 21 million units, that's where it's stopping. And we're at about 20 million units right now.
It's true. Absolute truth. Moving down, let's have a listen to this Abu Dhabi fund triple Bitcoin bet right here. Let's have a listen to this.
So you can see that they've more than tripled their position right in the weeks and months up to the sell-off. So, it hit a record high in October, and we can see that they've tripled their position during the third quarter. They disclosed a position at the end of September that was worth around $520 million. And we can see that this is really going to be a part of their portfolio going forward. They're saying that they want to diversify it, and they really see it as the digital equivalent of gold.
And by
It's facts. It is. Grant Cardone, listen to this.
The end of the year. And I think that $1 million is easily attainable in the next 5 years.
I think he just put Bitcoin on his private jet. Have a listen to Brad Garlinghouse right here. This is awesome. Listen to this.
Here at Patrick Witt. Before we get started, well, first of all, I'll say it's fun for me to be the interviewer versus the
Ha.
interviewee. So I just get to sit here and ask questions, which is fun for me.
I'm in the hot seat today.
The hot seat for sure. So before we do that, I just want to take a minute, and this is the ninth swell, which the very first one that was in Toronto. We have come so far from maybe 100 people was in a warehouse on the outskirts of Toronto. But in addition to acknowledging some of the stuff that Ashish pointed out happened overnight, earlier this morning, Ripple announced a $500 million investment from led by Fortress and Citadel, some of the biggest names in finance. And so, although we're not talking about that today, at least wanted to acknowledge that so that people are aware that we're not just ignoring it. It is nice to take a moment to see kind of how far we've come.
So cool, so cool. Now moving on, let's just get down to this. We've got Jake Claver, sorry, forgive me if I'm pronouncing you wrong, Jake, but thank you, Jack the Rippler, for this one as well. He's got some facts here. Listen to this, man.
The OTC desk and the dark pool volume, there's not a whole lot left over there. My guess was there was somewhere between $1 billion and maybe up to $2 billion available on the OTC and dark pools. They've already eaten through about 800 million XRP here in just the first week from that. So that's either half or almost all of what was available on the OTC desk and the dark pools. As soon as that is gone, and we're getting more ETFs, more spot ETFs for XRP are launching.
Facts.
And we still don't have the big dogs at the table yet. We still don't have BlackRock, and we still don't have Vanguard. We still don't have Fidelity. I think they're all coming to the table.
100%, man. And my cleaner's here. Spot on every day. It's like the Matrix. It's weird. Anyway, moving on. Thank you, Jake, for that one as well. Legend. Tom Lee. We're going to end on this, guys, because this is bullish.
To a new high. So
you mentioned obviously the confusion over the path for the Fed as contributing to this recent pullback, as well as some policy flux in there. What role did the violent shakeout in crypto have on all that? Because a week ago, that's all we were talking about was Bitcoin can't stop going down. The NASDAQ wants to follow it, or people are concerned about how that's going to knock other things loose in other financial assets. So it's stabilized, but it's not exactly sort of participating to the upside in this bounce.
yes, so crypto had been a leading indicator for actually most of the last 5 years. But on October 10th, crypto had what I would call Armageddon, a flash event, but it led to a liquidation that was never seen in the 15 years history of Bitcoin. About a third of the market makers went out of business that day. Almost 2 million accounts went to zero.
Yeah.
And it was because of a pricing error, what I would call a glitch. And it led to
you've definitely made that case that it definitely seems as if there was something in the kind of market maker functioning that got fouled. Yeah. Now, that being said, the reason you can have all those accounts auto-liquidated is because there were that many accounts with that much leverage that got Bitcoin up to where it was, above 120.
Yes.
Right? I mean, so it's not as if it happened in a vacuum.
Yeah. So in a way, it means crypto represents really a very precise measurement of risk appetite. Because there's so much more leverage. And that got wiped out.
Right.
That last time it happened in 2022, it took 8 weeks before people sort of touch their toes back in. I think that's where we are. We're near a bottom. But now I don't think crypto leads. Crypto is lagging because it's really the AI that's going to be leading.
Okay, so basically that is kind of sidelined the idea of what, Bitcoin 150, 150,000 you were thinking before?
Well, I think it's still very likely that Bitcoin's going to be above 100,000 before year end, and maybe even above one to a new high. So Bitcoin makes its moves in 10 days, and every year, I think some of those best days are still going to happen before year end.
Okay, thank you, CNBC, and of course, Altcoin Daily and BMN Bulls. This is what I'm trying to say. If you are in this space right now, and of course you're using EarnCurve, my spot crypto exchange, and the bots, you will capture that right here on the bots. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm out. Very, very busy day today. It's been crazy. I've been going since 6:30 this morning. If you haven't joined the mailing list for EarnCurve, go do that. Very, very important, because I do email everybody almost every single day, which is awesome. So go join up and join with EarnCurve, KYC, and get trading, guys, because we want to capture this moment. It's going to be amazing. Anyway, have a good night, Bulls. Take care of yourself.